Okay, so we have our Confident Lady Boss series tonight, and we have a special guest, Madeline Fiella, and she's going to talk to you tonight about build your badass courage. And we're excited because she's a speaker, a coach, a mentor. She's a civility advocate, a former professional singer, and an artist. She has served our country by performing in the USO. She's received a certificate of esteem from the Secretary of Defense by the US. She's very passionate with aiding, helping, supporting, and partnering with women to reach their potential that they thought would be impossible. So very excited to have Madeline tonight as our guest. And Madeline, take it away. But before that, Vanessa, why don't you share a little bit about you to Madeline so she can learn more about you?
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Madeline. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. So I am a marketing copywriter specifically, but so I write. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just seeing something up here that corrected me. Okay. My former tagline was writing for your business or cause to move others into action. Because I started out working for a newspaper, and the main thing that I took away from working with the newspaper is that I really just enjoy telling other people's stories. So, so then I got into, sort of PR work with email marketing and the business blog. That all kind of takes in the journalism, just sharing other people's stories. And then, of course, some press releases and things like that. And then I moved into writing, like working on Tina's book, which has been amazing. And so anyway, and so that's nothing like, helping someone tell their story, but in like a huge capacity. So, yeah, so it's been good. I enjoy it.
Awesome.
I think that's amazing. And Tina can't talk highly enough about you. She's in love with the gal.
She is. She's a special friend as well. And, we've really become close friends, and she's always supporting me. And yeah, she's been really amazing. I'm so grateful to have her in my life. Both of you, see? Aww. Special people. So, so why don't we do this? Madeline, take it away. And what we're going to do is we can mute ourselves in case there's some background noise, and then unmute yourself if you have something to say. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me. You know me, I'm flexible.
Okay. All right. So why don't I'll mute myself. Vanessa.
Okay, so I see you guys are already muted, and I can still see your beautiful faces. And I want to start with something that Darren Hardy said about courage. He said, courage is a choice. And in his little video that he did, he was talking about how animals are automated, nature is automated. It doesn't look for the deadline. It just does what it does. It does it with ease. But humans, we have a choice. And courage is a choice. And Aristotle said that courage is one of the number one foundational steps in a person's life. He said this way back then. He said, courage makes everything else possible, and that is my belief. Courage opens doors. And I might add, since we're all entrepreneurs, that courage does lead to cash. So courage is not the absence of fear. It is having a solid foundation in three components. One of them is mental strength, mental power. The other is quiet confidence. And that leads to the cash with the first two is an abundance-driven mindset. So let's start with number one. Mental strength. Well, Madeline, how do you get mental strength? What is that? It's basically emotional IQ. So we know by now that we are hardwired. And today they have been studying more and more and more about epigenetics and how we can use neuroplasticity in our minds to change our behaviors. See, the basis is nobody's really bad. There are so few people born that are really bad, very few. But it's our behaviors that often shine us in sometimes a dimmer light than we'd like to be shown. And we're all human. One of the things I'd like to say is that we have a tendency to get down on ourselves when we believe that we've done something wrong. Over the last couple years, I've realized that there's nothing really right or wrong. We have to love ourselves, and that takes courage. That takes the mental power to understand that when you wake up, you're already enough. God has loved you through the night. You wake up with a toolbox full of stuff you need to be amazing. And then it takes courage to open the lid because the light shines so bright. I know it scared the living daylights out of me, and I kept closing it and closing it. And then it was, well, if my mom and dad didn't do this, I would be, that whole blah, blah. You got to blame somebody, right? And it took me a long time to understand forgiveness. And forgiveness is a huge part of mental strength and emotional IQ. What happens with that is we start to have compassion for ourselves. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, as long as we're doing our very best, truly, without denying who we are. So everything we do is good. So it's kind of like, I'll say, oh my God, I can't believe I watched 2 Netflix movies instead of 1, and I have work to do. And then I just say, we all do. I spoke over the weekend, and I admitted to the world that I go on Netflix and whipped cream binges. Not binges, but like a day or whatever, because we're all the same. You got to rest, right? Yeah, you got to rest. There's no such thing, I'm sorry, as balance. We do work at it. But if you don't have mental strength, how can you balance? So when you do something that you feel, gee, I wish I didn't do that, just look at yourself and go, oh my God, you're so cute, Miss Lewis. Look at what you did. The world didn't stop turning. The banks didn't close. There wasn't a tornado. None of it's your fault, right? We are simply human beings. So mental strength. Now, how do we get that? Little things that we do daily. For example, a street that you take every day or a route that you take every day, change it up. Go around even if you go around the block in the opposite direction, that sounds like nothing, but it truly pushes the neuroplasticity of our minds. And it truly pushes it. So like a groove in a record, those were at one time, grooves in a record, or if your car gets stuck, you've got to put something in there for leverage. So the leverage for our hardwiring is putting in our conscious choice to change it. Does that make sense? So we put in our conscious choice to change it so that our emotional IQ is better. Also, little things like get up on a different side of the bed, turn your cup over, empty. Turn your cup over, brush your teeth with the opposite hand, put one foot up while you're brushing your teeth. All of this sounds silly, but think of a yogi who can put their foot behind their neck and still just be. We forget to be. So there's parts of us we're not using. Do those little things, And everything else that you do in a day, tiny little changes, will help that neuroplasticity. The other thing is number 2, quiet confidence. This is a big one for me. The reason I love it so much is, you know, like, have you ever been somewhere and someone walks into the room? They don't say anything, but everybody goes. And they may not be the best looking or the tallest or whatever, but there's like an energy, there's an air, there's just somebody just walks in. And we feel something. So that's that energy and that frequency. That's where our confidence lies. Courage and confidence are hand in hand. Courage and fear are impossible. I also want to give you a little analogy. I use cholesterol. This is good cholesterol. This is bad cholesterol. So imagine this is fear. This is courage. Fear never goes away. Never. And we need that for certain things. Here comes a car. If I didn't have any fear, I'd be splat. We need it. It saves us. It serves us. And as we evolutionized, we came upon the second brain. Now we start working in our consciousness. So the subconscious keeps us safe, and it's our job to change it. So now the quiet confidence is the person that's been doing this work already. It's the person that when they work with a client, they listen. They understand what's that person's personality, what's going on in their life. Same thing with your kids, your spouse, friends, family, and it doesn't make any difference. People are people. So quiet confidence allows us also to take in that whole picture of a person. Oftentimes what we say isn't really what we're feeling or what we mean. And I'm really blessed with that gift to be able to pull gently. And if it doesn't come out in that conversation, I let it go, because we're never supposed to push. Pull, but don't push as a coach, never. And so quiet confidence allows me to know, for example, with a client, do I see and feel their potential? My answer is usually yes, because I pick who I work with. I'm very, very fortunate that I can choose who I work with. Right, Tina? I know you don't want to work with certain people, nor do I, because it's wasting their time, their money, and my time, and I don't want to just take money, ever. And quiet confidence also means that, let's say, for example, you're at a table and everyone's gossiping. It takes courage and quiet confidence to be the one to speak up. You know, that person's not here to defend themselves. Or to say, gee, you know what, I got to leave. And do it with grace. And do it with compassion, because you can't change them and you don't know what they're going through, but you know it's toxic to you. Quiet confidence is also understanding civility in the genders. The men's brain, the woman's brain, very different. And in business, that can mean no money or a lot of money. It makes a big difference. We need to, because we're dealing with people. So quiet confidence is that second component. So with mental power, strength, emotional IQ, quiet confidence, we now come to number 3, which is an abundance-driven mindset. So now you've been practicing and you continue practicing 1 and 2. That includes your self-care. It includes whatever balance we can make out of our lives, right? It includes having fun. Like Tina and I had some fun on Sunday. Made a big difference. I felt amazed. You know, it was just great. I live in Florida. I was looking at the water like a kid, as if I never saw it before. So to me, I was wealthy in that moment. To me, I find moments I'm wealthy. I'm wealthy and rich in so many ways and in so many different perspectives. So when we link all of this together and we do things every day, eventually we wake up and have more courage to open that box with that big light of all the tools that we have, and we get to use them. Tina took a big leap and did a phenomenal job as a moderator. I was giddy. I was so proud. She was awesome. I got on stage. I ripped up my outline. I decided I was going to challenge me. If I'm teaching others, training others, and they're trusting me, I need to make sure that I'm at my best. So I did an entire speech without a line. It just came. It was like a download. That's quiet confidence. And that comes from every day doing a little bit, journaling, doing your breathing exercises, meditating, taking care of yourself, drinking water, eating nourishing food, although we went off that this weekend. I don't think that the tomatoes I should eat should be in a Bloody Mary.
Yes, we didn't stay healthy this past weekend.
This last weekend we cheated. We did cheat.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Look how cute you are. You went out and you had fun. But here's where the choice comes. Just like Darren Hardy says, we're not automated like animals. Animals would never eat something they're not meant to eat.
Right, right.
If they do, they get sick. They never go back to it again. Us, we're like, no, here, take a Tums and have the pizza anyway.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
So, when you get down to the bottom of that, it's really all about courage, the courage to say no. So one last thing I want to say about this, according to the time that we have, is everything is energy. Money's energy, because what is it? It's a pack of dollars, paper, until you know what you're going to do with it.
Yes, like pay bills, right?
Right? No, let's do something better.
Yes, let's have fun. Let's do something luxurious and taking care of ourselves.
Exactly. And let's donate to people who don't have anything. And we want so much money, not because I want to be a gal who had all those shoes. Yeah, I want shoes, but I want to be able to give little feet who don't have shoes. Mm-hmm. So when we have courage, confidence, quiet confidence, mental power, emotional IQ, we do all these things, we have a goal, we know our why, things start to happen. Opportunities open up. Doors open. Courage opens every door. Tina did it this weekend, and it couldn't have been better.
Right.
Could not have been better.
Thank you.
So yes, and I'm so proud of you, because when I see women step into their courage, I get like all like excited like a little kid. I love it.
It's true.
And, right?
Yeah.
And for me, had I not done some courageous things, like I'm afraid of heights, but I sang on top of the World Trade Tower. Holy cow, I'm in a helicopter with no doors, and I thought, I'm going to die, but look.
Oh my God.
Am I not going to do this? Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I also want to say to you that I had 2 years of almost fatal depression. So it took a hell of a lot of courage to get out of that. There was nothing but faith. Faith and courage got me out of that. Now, had I not had that strong sense of being, I may not be here with my little pebbles bun.
No, but it's true. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right.
So what difference would it make what business I had? No.
Exactly. Nothing.
So when you walk into a big conference room, women especially have a tendency to get nervous. And that has been drilled into us. It takes courage to undo that story, rewrite your own story. Our brains are our brains. Yes, when you look at them under certain scopes, the male brain is different than the female brain in that they compartmentalize, they think about one thing, like maybe they're clicking the TV, And then you say to them, hey, do me a favor, throw out the trash. Okay, one thing. And then on the way you say, oh, and by the way, when you get out there, would you take this out of the garage? And then you ask for the third thing, and by then they turn around, come back, and then they're back clicking because they don't think like we do. Right. And then we get pissed, and we're like, I can't believe you won't listen to me, blah, 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 blah. So we need to have quiet confidence, civility, and courage to understand that we are not the same. So that also goes for cultures. It goes for gender. And now we have, transgender and gender. And we really have to be courageous to be open. Because we are now going to be doing business with lots and lots and lots of different people, different cultures, different thinking. We had that experience this weekend with a young lady who didn't understand some of like the more common phrases that we use.
In
I
the
forget
United
what
States.
it was we said. Yeah.
I forgot
and
too.
it made me think. Civility.
Yeah.
So what I believe is that when we take good care of ourselves, feed our minds with what we need, know who we are, understand that we wake up enough already. It's like if you see a line in the middle, it says, okay, and over here it's minus 50, over here it's plus 50. We wake up okay, or I'm already okay. Anything after that, that's like Cool Whip or whipped cream on the Netflix movie. And when you're feeling good and everything is good and you're courageous and confident, isn't your business going to walk you to the bank? How could it not? If you feel like $1 million, you're going to walk it to the bank. If you have the courage to say no to people. No, I'm sorry, I'm busy right now. No, I don't feel like going out because I want to chill. No, I don't want to go out because I just don't want to. You don't need to apologize. You don't need to explain. All of that takes courage because normally what we might do, and I found myself doing it, was like, oh, what will they think? And oh, they're going to think that I am fill in the blank. And in the end, we don't know what they're going to think. And we get addicted to the feeling.
And we start to share, we start to we start to have our own stories.
Yeah.
And we make assumptions, we judge.
Yes.
And we don't have the truth. That's our truth, but we don't really know.
Keyword, our truth.
Yeah, our truth.
What's the truth for Tina? What's the truth for you? What's the truth for me?
Lachelle.
Lachelle.
We have a new person.
Hey.
Hi, Lachelle.
How are you?
How are y'all doing? I wasn't sure if you guys would still be on or not. So I said, let me just take a chance.
We're going to wrap up soon, but this is good. We have Vanessa. I'll unmute Vanessa so she can.
Yes, please do.
Hold on. Unmute. Okay, Vanessa. Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hello. So we have Lachelle. Lachelle is from Georgia, right, Lachelle?
Yep, I'm from Georgia.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Yes.
We've got people from all over today. It's exciting. All over the East Coast.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Vanessa's from Connecticut. Vanessa's a writer. She does all my writing.
Awesome.
She's the one that's writing my book. And so she's
okay.
She does. Lachelle, why don't you share with Vanessa what you do?
Oh, okay. Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Hi, I'm well. Nice to talk to you. How are you?
Nice to talk to you. I actually am a life coach.
Okay.
My husband and I have 15 children.
Did you hear that, Vanessa? 15.
Is that all?
5. Okay? Just so you know.
Yes. So, needless to say, the joke is I would be crazy if I had that many children. Well, I've had my share of being crazy. I was hospitalized 3 times for stress. And so in depression, the whole thing. And so after my last hospitalization, I just really felt passionate about sharing with other women what some of our stress triggers are and how to have a life that's more fulfilled. You know, I just had this desire to please everybody. My husband was an officer in the military as well as being a pastor. So I just had all these different standards everywhere. And I just said, you know, I can't do it anymore. I just have to be me. And that's just it, you know. So really used to beat myself up about not feeling like I was doing everything right, you know. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell, you know.
Wow.
An open book, okay?
I love you. And I got to meet her mom online, and your mom is badass, man.
Yeah.
And she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she
Oh,
is.
I met one of her sons online.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got some good-looking children.
You sure do. You sure do.
And he was so kind, and he was so, he had quiet confidence. You could feel it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You could absolutely feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, you never know where it's going to show up. Lachelle's amazing. What is it, America's Supermom?
Yes. Yes.
Number one supermom, I think.
Number one.
No, it's America. No,
it's America's Supermom? Okay, I guess I made you number one. Okay.
All right, hey.
I second that motion.
I gave you your own title.
I know. That's all right. But yeah, me and Tina were on a call today.
Yeah, we did a Facebook Live today.
I saw it later.
Yeah. That
it was great.
It was
that
good.
video was really getting a lot of likes and shares.
Good.
Yeah, a lot of people are watching it. So
Good. I got a friend request from one of them, Velveeta, somebody by the name of Velveeta. So I'm going to connect with her and send her a little message.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So we gave you a shout out, Madeline.
You did. Thank you. You did. More than one.
Because that's how we met. Lachelle and I met through Madeline, Vanessa.
Yes.
So that's how we met. And I've met Vanessa, just so you know, back to give you a background, about 3 or 4 years ago, Vanessa, we met through another person at Bible study or through networking. Yeah.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how we met.
It's good to be in good company, I tell you.
Right.
It is. It is. Yeah. We're all in good company, right, Vanessa?
Absolutely. It's Tina and I love each other here. I mean, we've been working together for so many years, and I've seen a lot of ups and downs in her business.
Yes.
And I just feel very privileged to seen that. And she's seen a lot of different transitions in my business too. So
yeah. So we're really working together.
She's really on top. She's really on top of things now. She's really on top.
Thank you.
Now, what do you do, Vanessa?
So I'm a marketing copywriter.
Oh, okay.
I write for your business or cause to move others into action. That's kind of the little slogan I came up with.
I like it.
I was telling Madeline that I had started out in the newspaper business. As a freelance writer for a local newspaper. And one of the things that I discovered there, this was before I decided to go off on my own, was that I really enjoy telling other people's stories. So that really kind of factors into the copywriting. And I was just telling Tina today that I'm in a process of rebranding my business to maybe offer some social media management or strategy, but in the meantime, I keep attracting these coaches. So I'm thinking of maybe just like continue. So I'm not sure exactly why, but for some reason, so that's kind of exciting because that's coaches have a specific vision that they want to get across, and I really enjoy helping to tap into that vision. I think I have a gift of understanding their particular vision, and then of course as a copywriter is just kind of figuring out their ideal audience, and then being able to use that voice and tone to help them to continue to attract their ideal audience. So
that's good.
Vibrating at a high frequency, and you have what coaches need because we're like Octopussy.
And we don't want to do the right, at least for me, Madeline knows this, and I've told this to Madeline. I don't like to write. I don't want to be bothered with it.
Yeah.
And if I can delegate it and have it still in my voice, it takes something off my plate, because we need to focus on our brilliance, our area of expertise. What are we the best at? And tap into that.
And me, I love to write. I'm a content machine.
I know. She's got a lot of content.
Content machine, you know?
Yeah.
Any topic, whatever, I just go, I research, I do.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So I really respect what you do, because you've gone up in the ranks. My sister once worked at a newspaper, and now you are hot and in demand, girl.
That's great.
Right?
Yes, Vanessa, you are in demand. So
well, yeah, because writing is you know, like, it's just another thing, another way of getting the message out. And not every coach is a writer, or even wants to take the time to get into that zone of, you know, of writing, coming up with ideas. And if you have that gift, Madeline, then you do it, you know, and that's your way of communicating. And that's one less, you know, you said octopus, that's one less, that's one extra arm you have, you know. There's one less thing that you have to delegate. Yeah,
I want everybody else to do everything else, including my laundry. I want them to do everything else and just let me coach, speak, and write.
Yep.
I'm with you, girl.
Right?
Amen to that.
Amen. I'll tell you. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Coach first, speak and write. And I'm not sure the writing and the speaking. I like it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I write, I kind of zone out, like when I used to sing professionally. I just zone out, and I like that space.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
and when I see a finished product, I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have any albums? Did you do any albums or anything when you sang?
I did some background stuff with Mike Panera, who was very big down here in South Florida at the time. I also I worked with a group named Viva, and we helped open the Studio 54, in New York City. That's a long time ago, of course.
That's like awesome, girl.
Eons ago. Tony Bennett wanted to do duets with me.
Wow.
But at that time, this is a funny story. At that time, his son became his manager. So they chose Aretha Franklin over me, and I went, well, hell, I would have chose her too. You know? Because she already had an audience like that.
Oh, we lost Vanessa. She'll come back.
She'll come back.
Okay. Yeah.
And I sang on top of the World Trade Tower.
Wow, look at you, girl.
She did. I know. I couldn't believe when she told me all this.
7 weeks, 42 cities, USO tour.
Wow.
Certificate of Esteem from the military. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You go, girl.
Lots of stuff. So when I say courage,
yes.
had I not had courage, none of that would have happened. And when I was in corporate, had I not had courage, I would have not become the top paid paralegal in my firm.
Right.
I asked for it. I went in and had confidence, quiet confidence. I'm like, I'm with it.
Right.
And I had an abundance-driven mindset. Everything I talk about, I have lived. You know, you've all done it. But we need to be reminded about how courageous we are.
Yeah.
We forget sometimes.
You're right.
But yeah, so that I did some crazy stuff.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty wild life.
You did have a wild life. But what I liked, one thing that Madeline said today, Lachelle, is that courage is a choice. And I never really thought of courage as being a choice.
Right.
It's a choice.
I just thought courage is something that we either have or we don't.
Yeah.
And it's not a feeling.
That
See,
is
I always
so
thought it was a feel, like having courage, I thought was like, okay. Like, for example, jumping off. Okay, I see what you're saying. So jumping out of a plane is something that I would not do
Right.
because I'm afraid of heights, but I'm afraid, a fear.
right.
But it is a choice if I decide to do it or not.
Now,
Exactly.
the thing is this, if your vision beyond jumping
Uh-huh.
was somewhere where you were going to land,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Right.
somebody you loved needed you there,
Yeah.
you would find that courage to
Vanessa's back. Hi,
overcome the
Vanessa.
fear.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all
That's
right.
okay.
We
Don't
would
be
find,
sorry.
That
We're
connection
here.
went down.
I don't want to lose you, girl. We would find that courage to
Yeah.
overcome that fear. I
Yeah.
almost didn't get out of the helicopter on top of the World Trade Tower.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
All the musicians waiting, all the cameras, everything. And I'm like, I think I'm going to do pee-pee in my pants.
I know that's right.
And I
couldn't do it.
said, okay. And this is how I did it. I
Okay.
usually do this when I'm deeper with people, but, and this happened like in a millisecond. I thought, Madeline, who do you think you are if all these musicians, all these humans are standing here and they're just fine? What makes you think that the wind only wants you to make a splat on the streets of New York City? So it was also
Right.
a matter of ego. So when we drop ego, we have
Right.
more courage.
Yeah.
Good point.
I agree with that.
Good
All
point.
tied in together. So
Hmm.
And Vanessa,
Well,
that's really good what you're saying. Lachelle, you were going to say something?
yeah, I was listening to Tony Robbins last night, and he was saying how, you know, you just can't think about stuff sometimes
Right.
because that's when the emotions start coming. He
Yes.
said that every day he jumps in the lake or some cold water or
oh, he's
something.
got that cold pool.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does
does
it
he?
every day. And he's like,
Every day.
I'm not thinking about how I feel. It's like, you're just going to do it. And so
Wow.
it has got him to the point to where he just, if it's good for him or if it's something that's going to move him up, he just does it, you know,
That
because he's
little
conditioned.
thing
Yeah,
every day becomes
right,
the habit. The little
right.
thing, the journaling, the
Mm-hmm.
drinking enough water,
Right.
reading,
Mm-hmm.
learning skills that you need for your business.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to say to yourself, especially when you're like a certain age, oh my God, now I got to learn.
Right.
I'm too
Right.
old to learn.
And there's no such thing because I am learning faster and deeper now
Yeah,
than
Than before.
ever before.
Yeah,
this is true.
that is
You know,
true.
it's a mindset. You're right.
It's a
Because you have
mindset
to
and
want to
it's
do it.
it's a
I mean, 'cause-
choice.
yeah, you know, because just even me doing videos and connecting with people, you know, it was like, you know, Facebook is older people, you know, everybody would say that, and my
Yep.
kids at least. But, you know, to me, it's just as marketable sometimes as LinkedIn. You know,
Yeah.
it's all in knowing the audience of who you're dealing with,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly. And you're so
Mhm.
natural. The whole thing is being authentic.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you don't say yes to, I mean, people have asked me to partner with them.
Mhm.
Oh, we lost Vanessa again. It must be her connection at home.
She'll come.
Okay.
She'll come back. She
Yeah,
better
to
come back.
connect.
I like her.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's good. She's good.
Yeah, she's good. I believe that sometimes saying no to something that is immediately satisfying is the
Yeah.
best choice.
It's the
Yeah.
best choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody could say to me, I'll give you $1 million if you work with me, but I know we're not a match.
Right.
But
Right.
they could raise it to 2 million and I'm like, nope,
Exactly.
because I have courage, confidence. I know God's got
Right.
my back
Right.
and I'm able to say no because I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of saying no.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We know we're going to be okay.
And you kind of see other things that are outside of the money, you know, because sometimes when
Everything.
you're building business, the only thing you see is the money. And
You
so
think
it's like
that.
you're thinking about this, then you get involved with a client and the money still isn't even enough, you know, because you were thinking about what it was. And it's like you're spending 4 hours behind the scenes thinking you're getting a lot and it's just not counterproductive.
Right.
It's right. And so that takes courage to know that you've got
Yes.
to match up with your client and
Yes.
or your coach.
Yes. Yes.
So, and us as entrepreneurs, many of us
Yeah.
have gone through I know Tina and I have talked about it. Oh, I think I need this course. Maybe I need, because we forget
Right.
that the course won't make us successful. It will
Oh, man.
give us knowledge, but if we don't
Exactly.
apply that stuff, nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
You're right.
You can
Right?
probably relate to that, Lachelle, right? Taking
Oh,
courses here and there, spending all this money.
Oh,
I'm telling you. You know, but I mean, to me, it's like, well, now I have enough wisdom to say no. Because
yes.
It's like, I just did a video before I got on here, and when I interact with people, I try to implement it.
Yes.
So if you're getting these courses and doing this, it's like, you know, you're setting yourself up. Once you know that the reality about doing the work, it's like, I'm not signing up for all those courses right now. What I got is enough. You know, that's just like having one coach. I have one coach. That's about all I can handle.
Me too.
That's enough.
Yeah, it gives me assignments, and it's like, I can't be over here with 3 and 4 different people running around with no direction.
We
you
were
know?
just talking about that. I had a coach that I
Yeah.
coached for a year. Nobody else. I now have a coach and a mentor. And there's a
Right.
reason for the both of them. They
Okay.
both fit into my life very well.
Yeah.
And that is it. Now, we
Mhm.
witnessed this weekend, because we are creatures of immediate satisfaction,
Right.
excitement, need, desperation. We
Yeah.
witnessed a slew of people buying products that A, 9 out of 10 of them will never use.
Yep.
Right.
B, they don't realize that some of it's so far out of their realm yet. I did. I didn't even know. I had to ask someone what ROI was.
Right. Return on investment, girl.
Right.
Return on investment.
And I'm like, what's Roy? And somebody said, what are you talking about? And I said, what's Roy? When I sang, I didn't think, I sang, I had a ball. There was always money was in the bank. I didn't think
Right.
about it.
Oh my God.
Right.
And that's when the money comes.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
into what you're doing.
Right.
And you have that courage to stay there. You have the commitment to stay there. It takes courage to market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes courage to go on video like we're here today. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Just
you guys were beautiful.
sharing yourself, showing yourself,
Yes.
being, yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys were amazing. I did not know, or I would have been there live.
I know. I didn't tell Madeline I was going to
Oh,
be on.
sorry. But then I came in and went, what? Who? What? Oh,
I-
I haven't seen these lately. And then I watched them and I'm like, this is good.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was good. And what I liked your questions, Lachelle. You had good questions.
yeah. Well, thanks.
It was
you know,
really good.
I love being able to be organic because,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, we have enough scripts in life, you know, that you just want to be able to be authentic and just be who you are in every situation. That's just really the main thing that I got out of my hospitalization is I can be me everywhere I go, whether I'm in the car, at the grocery store, at home. You know, it's just being authentic. And so, yeah.
You can be you if you're meeting the queen. The only difference is you're going to curtsy because we have respect.
Out of respect. You're right.
Out of respect. And that's part of being courageous and confident is knowing when to take the back seat, when to do what the other person requires.
Exactly.
Even in a conversation.
Yeah.
You may know someone's giving you like babble, but you're going to be strong emotionally and think and listen and see what's really going on here. Am I able to help?
Right.
Can I serve? What's going on with this person? They're saying red, I see black. God knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And oftentimes we learn from that as well.
Yeah.
But I love seeing you two this morning. Woo.
Well, thanks. And, you know, like back to what you're saying is like the whole thing of seeing red and somebody else seeing black. a lot of times we, come from a space that what our story is truth and everybody else is wrong or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's all we know.
Exactly.
And I have learned so much, like, just through different interviews and interacting with people, that it just is. So it might not be my story, but it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is right or whatever,
wrong.
or,
No right or
more
wrong.
valuable than what they're bringing to the table.
Exactly.
It just is. So that really has helped me too, because
that's great.
We have to appreciate.
And like, here's another workshop thing that I like to do. I'm going to share with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take a ball, like a styrofoam ball, and you paint it 2 colors directly in half.
Okay.
And so you put one person on one side, one person on the other. So the person's going to say, you ask the question, what color is the ball?
That is
Blue.
So good.
What color is the ball? Yellow. Or like my
I'm
nephew
going to use
say,
that.
yellow. Now I come in and say, let's do this again. What color is the ball? So until someone snaps in to say, well, look, I see yellow.
Right.
And if they don't, I guide them to it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I love that.
Proof.
That's good.
That is good. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolute proof that we do see what we each see.
Right.
Our perceptions are all different, which is why everyone who's a true coach sees the world in a better space.
Right.
I could see the world. Here, let me give you an example. May I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Madeline.
So I told you they're working on the building right now. Today, you can't even open the windows if you wanted to, because everything is plastic up because they are scraping, steaming, cleaning. Now, I know people who would spend, this may be 3 days, 3 days,
Right.
bitching, moaning, complaining, whining.
Right.
Me, I go to the sink for a glass of water. I drink water from the tap. And I look, and in my mind, because I'm a creator, I go, man, what a cool texture that is.
Right.
And I'm like, I love that color. And then I think about the people working, and I'm like, maybe I should go out and offer them some water. It's like ridiculous hot. They're all scurrying out there. And I said, the building's going to look so awesome. And that's where I've always come from.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And so that, I think, when we coach, no matter whether it's marketing, writing, golf, whatever, we have to come from that place where we guide them to see a different perception.
Right. That is so true, and that's one of the things that keeps you up, because life happens. I mean, there's times you don't feel good. There's times when you have situations, but knowing your purpose, it makes it so much clearer, because it's like I tell my kids, hey, I'm working, so I got to leave other stuff behind.
Right.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what's going on around the house or whatever. It matters is being intentional with my client at that time, because that's not what they pay me for.
They don't pay you to do your laundry.
Exactly.
Tina and I have this conversation, and I joke all the time, and I'll go, because it's like the days will go by, and I'll go, but I couldn't, because I had to write. I had like an ebook I was putting together, or I'm like, I didn't have time to do the laundry,
Exactly.
So it's choice. It goes back to what Darren Hardy said, courage is choice. Yeah. We're not automated.
Yeah.
We are not automated. And to be able to look your children in the eye and say, with grace and elegance, everything else can have to wait, because Mama's doing what she's doing.
Right. You're making a choice. And it's time chunking for you, Michelle. I mean, you must have to really manage your time. Really.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it all.
Prayer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Prayer.
And the joke is I walk around the house with rose-colored glasses, okay?
You're so cute. I was just saying to Tina, I said, "Well, that woman, how does she do all that?"
I don't know, but God, yeah, I'm so in awe. I mean, to
Right?
have that many. What are the kids' ages?
They're 29 to 5.
Okay,
So they're all
29
like,
to 5.
yeah, they're all like 18 months apart. Now, the 29-year-old is married and lives in California.
Yeah.
And then the next one is 26. We have a 25-year-old. That's my stepson. He lives with his mom. And then
Yeah.
I have a 24-year-old, 22,
That's the one I
21,
met.
19, 18, 16, 14,
Oh.
12, 10, 9, 7, and 5.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's like one of those wheels, you're gonna win.
Right.
Boom.
Wow. That's why she's in
Yeah.
the car. That's why she's in the car right
Right.
on the webinar. She needs some peace. She needs to get away from it all.
Well, and I'm outside the store because I had a meeting, which
Okay.
was why I couldn't get on. I thought initially, the meeting was over early.
Okay.
So I said, I'm going to run to the store. But then I thought, well, you know what? They're on the call. They might still be on.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. This is the stuff that I'm passionate about, guys. So this is the stuff that I'll spend hours doing. It's like grocery shopping. It can wait,
You can eat a shoe. Leave me alone.
Oh my God, this is too funny. This is too funny.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Michelle, and I asked her, and Tina, I'm going to interview you as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm working on this piece to the book, the anthology. So I am going to get the calendar together,
Okay.
and I have to pulling up my courage to figure out a date where I'm going to make it stick that every week. Because over the weekend, someone also offered me, I want to give you a podcast. It's free.
Oh, good.
You take care of everything. You host it. Hello, thank you.
It's an awesome opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I got scared.
Yeah.
To be honest. And I had to pull up my courage because that was so unfamiliar, right? That's so unfamiliar.
Right.
I thought about it. Gee, do I want a podcast? And I thought, oh my God, all that work. I'm not gonna. But then I said, if God puts it in your head, better listen.
Mm-hmm.
You better listen.
And
so I said,
and you know what? Collaborate with somebody. Start out where it's like, share the load. Like I'm doing a consignment shop. I'm in the process of purchasing one.
Okay.
And I'm a thrifter. Okay. I love going to Goodwill, thrift shops. That's just me. Okay.
Yeah.
But I've never been on the other side to actually have a consignment shop, but my degree is in marketing. So I'm familiar with retail and things like that. But, you just got to do it scared and get somebody that can be there as an ally. You got like Chris, he has a show, and I got several people that I can introduce you to.
So many people.
You know what I'm saying?
All of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I have to do is make a call and say, do you want to be on a podcast?
Right.
It's not like, do you want me to throw you off a roof? No. Do you want to be on a podcast?
Right.
But I'm just telling you what I went through to show you how that courage was a decision for me, because in the moment I got
you got scared. So we all get scared.
Because you see the big picture, and I know like the minute, that's like if somebody says, well, I want to see you write a book. I'm thinking, oh, the book, I'm looking at the finished book, and it's like, I know what goes into some of these things. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing, but I look at it if somebody gives me a platform, it's like, you know what? It's just another microphone. That's what I look at it as.
Exactly.
So it's another
that. It's just another microphone.
It's
oh my God. Can you say that?
I like that. Yeah. It's just another microphone.
Can I use that? I like that. For me, that's perfect. From singing to speaking.
Exactly.
It's just
Exactly.
another microphone.
Just another microphone, girl.
Oh my God. And honestly, I wanted to share that with you guys because I want to be vulnerable. Let's face it. I don't
Yes.
think about courage because I don't get scared.
Right.
I get scared. And I know that
Mhm.
there are things that I didn't do out of fear.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fear is
Right?
huge.
Yeah.
Fear is huge. I mean, this is a real good topic that we had. More people could have been on this, and they're missing so much, but they'll get the replay because this is being recorded, so everybody's going to get the
Okay.
replay. But this is really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also going to ask both of you, I would invite both of you.
Okay.
I will also do whatever I'm going to call it for my group. And I'd love to
Okay.
have you come on and be a guest.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all
I'm
have
there,
something
girl.
to offer. I know, man, we're there.
Yeah.
Bring your son. Tell him I want to look at him.
Oh God, too funny. You're too funny.
He was so sweet.
Yeah.
Had he not emitted all that kindness, he wouldn't have looked like anything to me.
Mm.
Right.
But
Right.
I got goosebumps. His energy was Lachelle energy.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It was
Good.
Lachelle energy. He was respectful and kind and
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Do you want me to stop? Do you want me to stop the recording?
Tina, your show, you do what you want to do. I think I'll say in closing.
Yeah, so let's do that. Do that in closing.
Okay.
In closing, I would like to say, let's look at the things that we have done in our lives that were courageous,
Okay.
that took confidence. And
Mhm.
I am just finishing up a 3,300 word ebook
Wow.
on how to feel confident even when you're nervous.
Mhm.
Right.
Because
Okay.
I find a lot of people, including myself, we don't do things because we can't pull up the courage.
Right.
Right.
And I feel like that'll help. So in closing, I simply ask, this is part of your foundation. Don't ignore it. Courage is important.
Yeah.
And I'm honored, Tina. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you. And let's close it also with that courage leads to cash.
Yes, it does.
As you've said, because a lot of people don't think of courage leading to cash.
It's
But
like Aristotle said, courage makes everything else possible.
it does, because if you don't have the courage to talk to people, you might not get a client. You might not have a speaking opportunity.
Yes.
So it does begin, or moderating.
Opportunity.
It is courage. It really is courage. And doing it through the fear, because you're nervous, but do it anyway. And just like we have said, just do it. Like Tony Robbins said, you just have to do it.
You have to do it.
Just do it.
So we'll leave it with that. To all of you who are going to watch this replay, just go ahead, get the courage, and do it. And you will not regret it. Boom.
Yes.
And I want all your listeners and viewers to know that if you put Tina Kadish in the subject line and send it to creativemindset@comcast.net, you will get a free 30-minute session with me, no cost.
Good. So who doesn't want to do that? So take advantage of Madeline's offer tonight to her email, creativemindset@comcast.net, and you'll get her free offer.
Just put Tina Kadish in the subject line, and I'll know to open that up because I'll know what it is.
Great. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.